It's largely empty because it's a little bit after like the lunch rush. It's like 2 in the afternoon or so.
Okay.
You notice that like the owner of the tavern is there, and then like one woman is kind of sitting at one of the tables on the far side.
It's not the druid crone woman.
It is the druid. It's the disheveled crone looking. She's not. I don't want to give you the impression.
No,
yeah, she's like
late
20s maybe.
Okay.
And I don't want to give you the impression that she's a druid. She's just like not clean.
Yes.
like,
yeah.
She has some sort of divination skills.
Okay.
But beyond that, I mean, she's just in town occasionally for supplies. She lives somewhere on the glass shores, but no one's really sure. Like, nobody's followed her to wherever she lives.
And on that note, hit points.
It's a 3?
It's a 6.
This is a 6. Okay.
6 plus 3, 9, 40, so 57. All right, so she's there.
Yeah. And it looks like she's like getting lunch and getting supplies.
Okay. I walk over to her.
Hmm? Oh.
Good afternoon, love. How you doing?
Oh, I'm quite good. You,
Been away a bit.
I have. You mentioned that I could come back here if I needed, whenever I was in Commonwealth, and they've treated me very well. I appreciate that.
Of course, yes. Anything that I could do for you?
No, I don't think so. I'm just waiting for my order to fill.
Right. Well, I just got back in town myself. Been away a bit. Had a little bit of an adventure.
Oh, were you off the island? Where did you go?
Right, we went to an island with centaurs. I spent some time there myself.
Oh,
A while back.
interesting.
And not really very good news, though.
What do you mean?
Some real bad things happened.
What kind of bad things?
You haven't by any chance felt like a extremely malevolent, evil spirit sort of presence on the island here, have you? Maybe like a demon kind?
Felt?
Heard about?
Typically, my abilities work when I utilize them. It's not a passive thing. And she kind of like looks at like the bartender and she says, "Can I have some tea?" He kind of nods, and it takes a couple minutes, and he brings some tea out, and like as soon as the cup hits the table, she just like dumps it out, like on the floor, and she looks at it and she says, oh my. It seems that the glass shores are becoming a very popular place. Something has come. 2 things have come, but one of them has been defeated.
Snake folk.
Well, are they the ones that brought it here?
In a roundabout sort of way, yeah.
Sure. The tea indicates that this being is somehow connected to you. Not directly, but through your associations.
Sounds about right. Well, here's the thing, love. I'm trying to find me associations, and I think they're hiding out. So I'm going to get a few things here, and then I'm going to leave. Is there a way I can find you if I need some more information? Maybe a deeper read into what's going on?
Yes, I can remain here. I have a room for this evening. I'll be here for approximately 2 days.
Well, that's good news. Let me see if I could find me friends, and if we can come back and ask you a favor.
All right.
To look a little bit deeper. We've got some business to square away. Find them, and then we'll come back to you.
Sure.
Much appreciated. Okay, I go up to my room, and in my burglar's pack, I'm assuming I have a change of clothes.
Sure.
I hang up my wet clothes to dry out.
I mean, you also have a room, so you have, like, clothes.
I'm looking for more of the burglar pack clothes because
Okay.
I intend to sneak back later to get all my contraband. But I put on a. Here's in fact what I'll do. I'll leave almost all of my adventuring supplies. It's a dangerous thing to say, but my tinder box, my oil flask, my water skin, my cook's utensils, my mess kit. I'm going to leave the longbow too. I might regret that. So I'm going real light. Rapier, dagger, thieves' tools, all the other stuff. Oh, and my shield. All the other stuff, my frying pan. All the other stuff I'll leave back at the room.
Okay.
And now I'm going to make my way as circuitously as possible back to the Bards College.
Sure. You have the criminal background or the folk hero background? Folk hero background. Either way, it's pretty reasonable. It doesn't. You know Commonwealth well enough that like you have to check in at the gate to get to the bar, like the Blue Note. But like it doesn't appear as if anyone, like no one has your name on file looking for you.
Right.
Right. Like you show your papers and they're like, oh yeah.
Okay.
Right, go through. you
Cool.
know. And you can pretty easily get back to the Bards College.
Okay. I
don't know how like circuitous you're being.
No, I didn't mean
but-
like not in the same sense that I snuck in to just to get into city.
Sure.
But so I get to the college and basically I ask any of the help
Sure.
if they've seen Lotus, Nadir, if they've seen Skylark.
They say, well, Lotus came in not too long ago. She's resting in her room. Nadir and Iona and Mr. Rochechet, they, I believe, are meeting with. They might be meeting with the provost. They may have left recently. They might be on their way to go have a meeting with Ryan Hartfon.
What about Skylark?
Skylark is in custody. He's been arrested.
Would you mind filling me in about that? I've been a little bit absent.
Sure. He was arrested for 17 counts of murder and attempted arson. It seems that he was responsible for the massacre in the Docks district a few weeks ago.
Oh, yes, right. Okay. Good. Good to know. Thank you. I'm going to go talk to Lotus.
Sure.
I go up to Lotus's room.
She doesn't answer the door.
I pick the lock.
Okay.
Successfully with a nat 20.
Sure.
Which would make that a 28. No. Yes.
Sure, you get the lock open, but I mean, she's not here. I mean, wherever she happens to be.
I search her room carefully.
Sure.
But,
What are you
like-
looking for?
I'm looking for anything incriminating. Like maybe like a note tucked into a book or a contract or a wooden box with a lock on it that she doesn't want anybody to go into.
I mean, there is a wooden box with a lock on it, but
6 plus 8. 14.
yeah, you manage to get the lock open, and inside you see a pair of like folding fans that have like blades etched into the spokes of them. They're very like crude and not like super well produced. It looks like this might be like you would guess a prototype. But I mean, you don't see anything like incriminating necessarily.
Okay, I carefully put them back. I reset the lock. And then I put everything back the way that I found it. I relock her door outside. I go back to my room and I rest. And then at night, I'm going to sneak back to the docks, get my swag, and then come back to my room.
Sure. Yeah, that actually doesn't. It's not as complicated as it sounds like it would be.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like that. The city's not in high alert, right? They've found the person that they were looking for.
Okay.
And like it seems like everything's under control.
I do all those things, and once I've done all those things,
And I mean, it sounds like, from your understanding, Skylark is the only one that is under investigation.
right?
There's no indication that anybody else is in custody or that like anyone else is suspected.
Okay. I go back to the inn after gathering all my stuff, and I will spend the night cooking up my drugs.
I don't know how to bring what you say into reality with the events that have occurred. Anywhere in this world, I can find the owner of this fur. Of all the people who could own this fur, it presented one owner. You.
And yet, you see that I have no fur.
It is my understanding that lycanthropy is a curse that affects many people, and affects people in various ways determined by their interaction with other realms.
Oh, then surely you can, with your great powers, determine whether or not I am inflicted with lycanthropy.
If it were in its natural state, yes. But if this were to occur somewhere else, say the Feywild, it would be difficult. It would be potentially impossible. I'm afraid that divination is beyond even me at the moment, though it occurs to me that that would be an interesting course of study for the next 7 or 8 years of my research. Still, what remains is one question. Where are the bodies?
I don't remember. It was a very emotional time for me. We came upon a blood-soaked battleground, and I promise you that I feel responsible for this insofar as my brother has killed these people, and I made no endeavors to hide this from the authorities.
I took a look at the Imperial records. You don't have a brother. You were born an only child to the south of Val.
This is true.
And I have already had a discussion with your parents, and they indicate that this is accurate. But that some interesting power has provided you the opportunity to return to their lives. But you speak of your brother, but you don't have a brother, and perhaps your mind is creating this other entity for yourself in order to justify the actions you commit when you were not in control.
That is an interesting theory, and yet I was recently upon the island of the Centaurs, and myself and several of my companions witnessed my brother doing battle. They can certainly vouch for the fact that I cannot be in two places at once.
Dear person, you must understand that when one is of my station, one experiences and witnesses great potence of magic. One absolutely can be in two places at once.
This is excellent tea.
Yes, it's from my own garden, actually.
Oh, your garden. That's wonderful.
Well, I have people for it. You say you went to this island of centaurs. There is a bit of record regarding these individuals. What were you doing there?
We were seeking to help them to expel some invaders upon their sacred waterfall.
What visage did these invaders take?
They were snake-like men.
And you were successful eliminating the threats to these centaur people?
We, suffice to say that when we left, there were no longer any snake people on the island.
What was their goal on this island? What did they endeavor to do?
They sought to summon their snake god.
To summon their snake god.
Yes.
From where?
From some other place which they opened up by means of a ritual. It was quite a thing to behold.
And was this ritual successful in opening up a portal to another place for some entity to come through?
Yes. In spite of our efforts, the portal did open and something did emerge.
This snake god.
Yes. And one other being who I struggle to identify, but can describe only as a large bat-like fiend.
Large. That's an interesting choice of words. You chose the word fiend. Did you choose that for a reason, or?
He seemed fiendish to me. I'm not an expert on such things. though.
Bat-like, you say?
Yes.
What do you suppose brought him here? Did he provide any indication of why he arrived?
He said only one word.
And what was that word?
Progeny.
Progeny.
So perhaps he ceased to procreate.
Perhaps. Interesting. These are interesting matters indeed. I'm afraid we have a bit of a circumstance here. You see, you cannot provide me the information I require to lessen your charges. And subsequently, sentencing will go off as sentencing does. It's been brought to my attention that the individuals that were eliminated were thieves, cutthroats primarily. And that will be taken into consideration. But what you are looking at, as it were, is 1 year of imprisonment per individual executed. So that would be 17 years incarcerated. This could be lessened if you provide me information as to where these bodies are. You, Lotus, you know precisely where
I do.
the Antel estate is.
I do.
It is kind of like down the road and up the hill from Bosco's estate. Yes.
I cast protection from good and evil on myself because I'm carrying the book.
That's a good idea. Because you're carrying which book? Never mind. let's
The
move on.
one that he gave me.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And
Good plan.
also, I didn't think about that book.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Cool.
Everything's fine.
Oh,
good-
no.
Sure is
You
a
head
good
up
thing
the
I
hill
cast
and
it.
to the Intel estate. Upon seeing the three of you, the man at the gate opens it. Says, Madam Diplomat, I assume you require an audience with Ms. Antel?
Yes, and thank you.
Excellent. I don't believe she's here at the moment, but she should be home momentarily. You can wait in the sitting room.
That would be very good. It's a bit late, but if there was, to say, a way that one could get in Miss Antel's good favor, perhaps do you know what it is?
No. Are you suggesting I, a servant of House Antel, should tell you how to manipulate the head of House Antel?
No, I think that you are an observant fellow, who, maybe I'm overstepping my bounds, but knows a thing or two about, pleasant conversation.
Yes.
And would like to
Typically,
maintain
diplomacy
that.
is done with a bit more subtlety.
Thank you.
She enjoys, of all things, water skins. Ornate water skins.
That's interesting.
Would I have any idea where to get one of those? Do I have one of
I
those?
would.
You don't
I would.
Like,
There's-
why
There's
would
a
I
large,
need-
there's a large district of this town dedicated to artisans and crafters.
Cool.
But
Absolutely.
Okay, as we're like trotting in, or wait, do you have a question?
Oh, no, we know where to
No, we
get
know where to
an
get
ornate
one.
water skin.
Oh, okay.
Can we go see Breezy in the Cold Forge?
I
you
think
want to
call him
spend
Breezy.
time seeing Breezy in the Cold Forge right now, recognizing that it takes him a good deal of time to make magic items?
I want to know if he's got one. I mean, he's got to have water skins that are just like.
But not like ornate. That's a very niche thing, I feel like. Is that a very niche thing?
From being in his, like, shop,
Mm.
you have not seen, like, a wide selection of water skins.
Oh, I thought he had like a bunch of. He has a lot of adventuring gear though, right?
Yeah, he has, like,
Okay.
water skin, but he doesn't like, have, like, ooh, water skin.
Right.
Yeah.
But like that one
Roll
armor.
an insight check.
Okay.
Yeah, I did also want to do that just for Mr. Servant Enrico. His name is Enrico now.
Can I get one good roll?
Okay.
Just-
To see if he's telling the truth
Insight?
about her liking ornate water
Oh,
skins.
12.
Yeah, so it occurs to you that if in fact she does like water skins, ornate water skins, and you show up with a water skin as a gift, she might take offense to it.
Right. No, I was thinking more like he sells adventuring gear, and I noticed that one real nice set of like furry armor that he had. That like,
Sure.
I was hoping he had like adventure gear, like a water skin of endless water or something like that. You know, something
Decanter.
cool.
Yeah, no, he makes things like that to order
Oh, okay. Nothing like
secretly and privately without
Sure.
alerting the masses.
Right.
But no, he doesn't have. Like, if he were to have those items on him when, like,
So.
one of the university came by, it would be trouble,
So if we just want like a pretty water skin, we'd go to Drakkar.
probably, but it would take some time.
Okay. We can't get a water skin.
Not right now, anyway.
Do either? Okay, but you all know where to get one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I were to like lie and say that I was having one made as an apology present,
We could correct that error for you, yes.
okay, do you know how much that's gonna set me back?
We'll let you know.
I can't quote you because I don't know what those things cost.
But we'll let you know.
Does this come with some sort of finder's fee?
No. I mean,
Enrique
you're paying
looks at
for
you
it.
and he says, "How ornate." Also, maybe you want to have this secret conversation not right next to my gate post.
Yeah, you'll know.
Sure, sure. No secrets.
I mean,
No secrets among us.
the words lie have come up in regards to
Yeah, like
a
one
council member.
lies on
we're
the
gonna-
ground.
She clearly plans to have one made.
Sure.
Yes.
The only lie is about whether it's being made immediately or not.
You know, like you forget somebody's birthday, but you tell them it's already in
never
the
forget a
mail,
birthday.
and then I bet you don't because you're a good man. There are people in this world who aren't perfect. I know you are one of them, so it's hard for you to understand.
I
but,
forget many things, just not birthdays.
Sure.
Do you want to maybe not offend the staff of the person you're trying to presumably ask a favor of? Maybe just go.
I'll go upstairs. That's fine.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Sorry about this, Enrico.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
I look forward to receiving Odd's new water skin for her.
Thank you.
Yep. That's the thing that could happen.
Make a perception check.
Can I
Chris.
also?
Just
Just
Chris.
you? Okay.
Not you.
Perhaps you.
13.
As you guys head up the hill, Chris looks back and notices that Enrique has like 8 water skins on his belt. And some of them
Are
look
ornate.
very nice.
My insight check was not very great. The one that I asked to roll, but you didn't let me roll. But I rolled it anyway. It was like a 2.
Sure.
How tightly are they attached to him?
Quite tightly. You're also like 30 feet from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't say out loud like,
Sure.
"Ooh, water skins." I go later.
Right. You want to take one from him to give to her as a gift.
No, not
Okay.
right now.
You head up to the estate. The door is opened for you, and you are sent to a sitting room.
Great.
Um,
What does this room look like?
It is a very. It's surprising because as you walk in, like the face, like the outer face of this estate is very ornate. It looks like there's a lot of wealth in this home, but as soon as you walk in, everything begins to be very austere. There are very like plain tables, plain chairs, comfortable, but not like decorative, right? You see several compasses, just kind of like that's the decor, is it's compass themed. And over the mantle you see,
She's got a compass room.
it's a sitting room, that's the compass room, fine. Over the mantle you see a, not a spyglass, what's
A
the?
sextant?
A sextant, yes.
Ooh.
There's also,
Nautical.
the sextant looks like it's some sort of sigil. It's like matted on what looks like some sort of like vaguely round symbol.
Okay.
It's like round at the bottom and has points at the top.
Okay.
Almost looks like a sheriff shield,
Okay.
but
Ooh.
what are you rolling?
Do I know anything about it?
Based off what?
Is this a from the ocean sigil
You don't
or
recognize
a
it as
from
being
the
from ocean.
empire sigil?
You don't know much about imperial like organizations or things that would have sigils. It's not from Triton culture.
Okay.
So the servant provides some beverages if you wish. When you
So kind of like that.
Yes. When you drink the beverage, you partially expect it to be something luxurious, and you find out that it's just water. There's a bit, it's water, and then there's a bit of like an acidic note to it, and you're not really sure what that is, but it tastes pleasant.
It's lemon. Probably.
It's not lemon,
It's not
but
lemon.
it's pleasant.
Oh.
It's lime.
Grapefruit. About 45 minutes later,
So I have 10 minutes to cast a detect magic on the water.
You do.
Ooh.
Anything magical?
Is it magical?
Magical water.
Yes. There is traces of transmutation magic.
Ooh.
Identify.
It's not like an item, and there's not like a magic effect.
Oh.
It seems like, and don't forget to mark the spell off.
Well, I cast the other one ritually.
Sure. It seems like there's some sort of magic element used to create this beverage, but it's not like
There's not like some sort
it's
of.
not going to have like a mechanical impact in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Tight.
About 45 minutes after you guys get there,
Magic of kombucha.
you more like seltzer water, but like it's like you're drinking. It's like you're drinking water and somebody shouted grapefruit in the next room. That's what it tastes like.
Oh, it's
Lacryx.
So you guys are sitting there. It's about 45 minutes after you get there. The door opens pretty aggressively, and you watch as Villanina is carrying Odd in.
Whoa.
Is she okay?
Like baby cradle or like over the shoulder?
Like not
Paella.
baby cradle, but like her Odd's arm is over her shoulder, and she's like lifting her, kind of like across
carrying a venerable person to like a chair.
No, well, a little bit, kind of like we just got married and we're crossing the threshold, but like Odd looks exhausted. Like this does not look like a pleasant occasion.
Oh.
Like it's not like that's not what happened, but that's like the pose they're in, and Odd looks just gassed, and she looks in and she says, "This is not entirely without expectation. If it isn't, Iona Moore of House Moore of the Tritons Beneath the Sea and her retinue.
Are you okay, Lady
I
Antel?
stand up.
I am always prepared to conduct matters of state. I assume you have come for an audience?"
We have indeed. It is quite a pressing matter, but to be honest, if this is not the time.
There is never a good time these days, it seems. It is always the wrong time for everything, but...
Can I make a medicine check on her?
You can,
Yeah.
What?
Shh.
So close.
Stupid tablecloth. 4.
She looks great. You're pretty sure that
That's
they're
a-
just having a fun game.
That's a lie, but I'll go with it because that's what the dice said.
And she calls for Gloria, who's a servant, and she says, "Gloria, assist me to my study so I can conduct diplomatic affairs, please." She looks back to Villanina and she says, "I apologize, dear, but it seems as if our rest is put off by duty once again. I will be as long as it takes, I suppose." And Villanina heads upstairs and
Does she also look exhausted?
roll an insight or perception.
17.
She looks tired, not to the same degree, but it looks like they have been, like whatever they've been doing has been some sort of grueling activity.
Okay.
And neither one of them look pleased. I should say that, like,
I'm sure.
it's not like, and it doesn't, like, they came in looking looking exhausted. Like, they haven't been having, like, they weren't, like, playing basketball and love basketball, right? Like, whatever they were doing was, like,
physical exhaustion.
no, it is physical
It is
exhaustion.
Physical exhaustion.
Okay. Cool.
I feel as though it is right and my duty to ask one more time. You have 3, I would say at this point, somewhat talented bards who may help you feel some relief. If
You're
you would
referring to
allow it.
Rejuvenative magics, I assume.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the work we have conducted is beyond the healing capabilities of, well, anyone. It will require rest.
Perhaps a song of rest?
It will require several days of rest.
Okay. Or like a lesser restoration?
It will require several days of rest.
Okay, great.
But you have matters of state to discuss with me, so Iona, if you will join me in the study, we can discuss such matters.
Thank you. I bring my
Oh no,
companions along as well.
I do not discuss matters of state in such public settings. They can, of course, stay here with my own retinue, but
I'd like
I
some
would
more
not
of that
be
water.
outnumbered in my own home.
That's understandable. I'd like some more of that water.
Oh,
It was
please.
very delicious water.
As soon as Gloria assists me to the study, I'll have
Of
her
course.
bring more.
I will throw Iona an inspiration
Oh,
as
thank
she
you.
leaves.
Sure.
Whatever you feel most
got this, girl.
comfortable with. What's the most respectful title for her?
As far as you know, probably councilwoman.
Okay.
God.
Like,
My liege.
Mother of the oceans.
Whatever makes you most comfortable, Councilwoman.